in this area, I don't know if Cameron has to deal with it so much, but is the wind. Because we kind of live at the mouth of the gorge, the Columbia River Gorge, and the east winds come ripping out of that gorge. And they're like on a normal day in the fall or early spring, you're talking, just a breeze is like 35 miles an hour. So, yeah.
It was that way in parts of Utah, like semis would get blown over and stuff a couple times a year. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times where we've been driving through the gorge and you see some of these truckers trying to fight the wind, and it's like, man, you couldn't pay me enough to have to deal with that. That's some scary shit.
The worst part of Utah was that it was shaped like a bowl, and when the temperature would change, it would trap all of the pollution that was up high. It would get smushed and like sealed into the bowl, so you could see it with your eyeballs. Like the sun would hit it. They call it the inversion, but it gives it the worst air quality in like the whole country. So it's pretty weird because you're like in this brisk mountain area and everything's so nice, and then there's like smog everywhere.
Well, that's like when I lived in Gresham. A lot of, we'd get winter weather, and a foot of snow here will deadlock the entire city.
Yeah, that's true.
It's especially bad in Gresham because all of the neighborhoods, Gresham is basically a big hill that they, for some reason, instead of building on the hill, they went and dug down into the hill. And so to get into these neighborhoods, you have to drive down into like a little crater area where these neighborhoods have been bulldozed in. So even if the main roads are clear, trying to get out of these neighborhoods is nigh impossible because they don't run plows through the side streets, and of course all we get here is ice, and then it snows on top of the ice, and so getting out is impossible. And you call your boss, you're like, I'm not making work today due to inclement weather. And they're like, well, what are you talking about? The streets are clear. I'm looking at a video of I-5 right now. Okay, I don't live on I-5. And nobody, unless you send them pictures, they don't believe you.
Wow. Well, at least you can these days.
Right. Yeah, at least now you can. Yeah. No, I'll mail you a picture. I'll get there sometime next week.
One time in Denver, I couldn't get out of my driveway because there were evidence cards.
Oh, shit.
Somebody discharged a weapon, and I couldn't back out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wish I could have taken pictures because I felt like I was lying when I called into work, like it was happening, but it just sounded really
All right. So, welcome to Storm King's Thunder. We're going to be picking up where we left off last week. But before I get started, I'd like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. These are not partnerships or sponsorships of any kind. They're just products that we really like. Today, we would like to thank the Speechless Bard. She and her husband make beautiful leather products and other accessories for tabletop role-playing games, such as leather covers for your core rulebooks. She has a full line of dice bracelets if you like to show off your geeky side. And she has a dice rolling mat that when it's rolled up, it looks like a spell scroll. And she has a new item. I believe it's called the Spell Compendium. It is a combination dice tray, and then it kind of flips. It kind of looks like a small spell book, and when the lid is flipped up, the inside of the lid has a magnetic spell tracker on it. It's pretty cool. And all of these items are customizable. And she does all the work by hand. She is an incredibly talented artist. She only uses real leather products. Currently, there are no vegan options, if that sort of thing is important to you for some reason. If you're going to order for yourself or for a holiday, such as a birthday or whatever, you'll want to give yourself a little bit of extra time. She's over in the UK, so it can take a little while to cross the pond over here to the US. If you are a fan of our Wednesday Night Traveler game, we do have a website via Obsidian Portal. If you scroll down in Twitch, you should see a tile for that link. If you don't see the tile, click on my profile image and those tiles should pop up for you. The Traveler page, the adventure log, is written in a manner of Traveler News Service articles. And it tracks the goings-on of the entire sector, not just what the player characters are doing. Kind of a geopolitical aspect. If you like the page, please go to the front page and give us a thumbs up on the fan like. We like seeing that, and we hope you enjoy the content. Where we left off, you guys had secured the Conch of Teleportation. You had pretty much murdered the entire family of Duke Zalto, except for the daughter, Cinderhild, who is a little emo. And she tried to talk you guys into basically sneaking her out past the guards and letting her go off and find her own way in the world. But you guys opted to not do that because there was really no way of getting her out without her seeing the bodies of her family. And you're not sure how she was going to react, so you were just like, you know what, you got your own problems. You got funerals to plan. Wait, what? And so you have left and boarded the airship. You have a, hopefully she's not still naked, a moon elf princess that you're dropping off in the Moonwood. And then you also have the Iron Flask that has Megara, the Dawn Titan, in the flask on Steve the Devil's belt. The ceremony in the Moonwood, ceremony I think is probably pushing it a little far, but you are thanked profusely by, what was her name? It's on the tip of my tongue, and let's see here. She was at number 8. Halani. Her name is Halani. And you are rewarded for bringing her back to the Moonwood. I'm trying to find a suitable reward for you.
I need some tape so I can tape my wands together.
Make a Gatling one.
Then I can cast a lightning web. That wouldn't do anything. Would be fun
though. That would look cool.
Does the web conduct the lightning? Because if so, that would be epic.
Oh, that's true. I guess there's only one way to find out.
So you are each granted a medal, a medal of the Moonwood. It doesn't really give you any in-game specific benefit, but it can affect dealings with non-player characters, other elves. It's a mark of prestige. You were also each given, one potion of vitality. Tell you exactly
We are
what.
heroes for justice.
Can one of them identify the panpipes we got?
They can. I'll tell you what those are. So each of you gets a potion of vitality. When you drink this potion, it removes any exhaustion you are suffering and cures any disease or poison affecting you. For the next 24 hours, you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit die you spend. And the potion is a crimson liquid, regularly pulsing with a dull light, calling to mind that of a heartbeat. So you each get that. And they identify the pipes. They are pipes of the sewers. So you must be proficient with wind instruments to use these pipes. While you are attuned to the pipes, ordinary rats and giant rats are indifferent toward you and will not attack you unless you threaten or harm them. The pipes have 3 charges. If you play the pipes as an action, you can use a bonus action to expend one of the 3 charges, calling forth one swarm of rats with each expended charge, provided that enough rats are within a half mile of you to be called in this fashion. If there aren't enough rats to form a swarm, the charge is wasted. Called swarms move toward the music by the shortest available route, but aren't under your control otherwise. The pipes regain 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn.
Is anybody proficient in the woodwind family?
Probably not.
I don't think Zeke much enjoys music. I'm guessing. She's kind of a party pooper.
She likes whale song.
Yeah, that's about it. The cries of her enemies. That's about it.
Hire a bard to be the butt of all our bard jokes?
I mean, isn't that what bards are good at?
Could we do that? Hire someone to follow around the party?
hire a
And
minstrel.
if we do they get to like give
Maybe I
part of
should-
inspiration to sign?
Maybe I should take a level of bard so that there's like always plenty of rats for the trust them.
I
Yeah.
have a negative bonus to charisma, so I'm not
Yeah,
going
me
to
too.
multi-class against bard.
My charisma's terrible.
I have a 16. Maybe I should.
Yeah, that'd be cool. The morgue of rats could probably carry you around. Your house.
He's a
It kind of
paladin.
makes sense with the whole, like, orphan, like, street rat kind of mentality my character has.
Something to think about.
I think I'm going to do this.
Yeah?
How about you carry the panpipes until a decision is made?
Okay.
Who was the Pearl of Power?
I think Steve took that.
What was the formal name for the panpipes?
They are pipes of the sewers.
Pipes of the sewers. All right.
And Smokey has the Wand of Web?
I believe so, yeah.
And the Staff of the Adder?
I don't know who took the staff. The head of the staff turns into a poisonous snake.
Nobody took it.
Okay, we can keep that in inventory. We're just talking about all the items. I've already got the Staff of Healing, so staff swapping doesn't sound like a good combat mode.
So I was able to find how far the airship can travel in a day. It can travel 192 miles in one day. Which is a hell of a lot better than walking. So, your next stop, of course, is Gauntlgrim, where you are able to turn in the Iron Flask, and Magira is returned to the forge in Gauntlgrim. You learned some other things. Let's see here, let me find it. So, all the way over here. Was it no, it was Citadel Adbar. So, while in Gauntlgrim, you learn that the king of Citadel Adbar was assassinated. And if you remember, you were warned when you were fighting the Yak folk in the Yak folk village that they had a ritual where they could take over somebody's body, and that they had sent some dwarves back to Citadel Adbar to do exactly that. Well, they succeeded. And the king of Citadel Adbar has been assassinated. The culprits were captured. And his son is taking the reins of Citadel Adbar. But meanwhile, in Gauntlgrim, you are thanked profusely for returning Magira. So the first thing that you are all given are letters of recommendation. Each of you gets one. And this you have an audience directly with King Brunner Battlehammer. A letter of recommendation from a person of impeccable reputation can grant adventurers access to NPCs that would otherwise have trouble meeting on their own, such as a duke, viceroy, or queen. Moreover, carrying such recommendation in one's person can help clear up quote-unquote misunderstandings with local authorities who might otherwise not take the adventurers at their word. A letter of recommendation is worth only as much as the person who wrote it and offers no benefit in places where its writer holds no sway. So it's basically only good here on the Sword Coast. And I would say that if you are dealing with dwarven NPCs, including matters of like merchants and whatnot, if you show this letter of recommendation, because it is signed by Brunner Battlehammer, like any negotiations or haggling over price or persuasion attempts would be made with advantage because of this this letter of recommendation. You are also each allowed a roll on a magic table.
I think for the record, we should all agree that we're not going to use our letters to get Weeben out of jail.
I feel like
Done.
So you will each get a roll on magic item table F. We'll start with Smokey. Go ahead and roll percentage.
Okay, start with someone else because I literally spilled all of my dice.
Okay. Zinquinol, make a percentage roll.
Okay. Gotta do some quick math here. One of these. And one of these. This is gonna be like it could be real bad. 4.
You get a +1 weapon of your choice.
Okay.
So what kind of +1 weapon would you like?
Let's see. I already have a +1 spear and the oath bow.
Okay.
I don't know how much more I could carry. Let's see. How about a short sword?
Sure. You can have a +1 short sword.
Okay. Cool.
Gailey, make a percentage roll.
28.
You get bracers of archery. So I don't know. Maybe you want to trade. Let's see here. Let's see. Here we go. While wearing these bracers, you have proficiency with the longbow and shortbow, and you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls on ranged attacks made with such weapons.
Well, I did not otherwise have it, so that actually might come in useful.
Okay. All right. Weeben, roll percentage.
big money, big money, big money, big money. 43.
Ooh, this this might actually be too powerful for Weeben, but we're gonna go with it anyway.
So I rolled big money? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's what I say.
The hand of Vecna.
Yes.
So hot.
At least it's not the brown eye of Vecna.
He's like, no, this item's too good for Weavin. Weavin would be bad with this item. We can't give it to him.
Weavin is given a javelin of lightning. When you hurl it and speak the command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, including you and the target, must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 46 lightning damage on a failed save and half as much damage on a successful one. The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches the target. Make a ranged weapon attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin plus 46 lightning damage. The javelin's property cannot be used again until the next dawn. In the meantime, the javelin can still be used as a magical weapon.
Actually, Weavin's almost the only one who can viably use that weapon, because on a save he takes nothing.
Right.
It's a taser that shoots the user.
Right. Yes. Though... Each creature in the line... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Each creature in the line excluding you. I was like, it reaches out from you to the target, so why would you have to make the save? So yeah, it's excluding you.
Okay.
That would have been pretty fun, though.
Yeah, wild magic javelin of lightning. Oh, and then, of course, my bad. Smoky, roll percentage.
I got 45.
You get another Pearl of Power.
I'll give it to Zeke now.
Okay. That could be fairly useful. So, Pearl of Power, it does require attunement. While the pearl is on your person, you can use an action to speak its command word and regain one expended spell slot. If the expended slot was 4th level or higher, the new slot is 3rd level. Once you use the pearl, it cannot be used again until the next dawn.
Okay. Smokey, do you want my +1 short sword?
Sure.
Then at least, mine stinks compared to yours, but at least then we've traded.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Right on.
Okay. So at this point, talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. Decide if there's anything that you would like to purchase or look for while in Gauntlgrip.
Zinquinol, do you have enough attunement slots? I mean, the Braces of Archery, yes, I can get a bow. I'm not against that. But you already have a bow, and it'd be +2 damage whenever you're using a bow. But if you don't have enough attunement slots...
Well, I have one more. So I have the Oath Bow, I have the Staff of Swarming Insects, and then I would have the Pearl of Power. Now, I'd be happy to give someone the Swarming Insects, because I don't think I use it very well. And then take the bracers too.
I can have 2 staffs, and I've got does the staff require? Yeah, I have attunement slots. I have. Let me double check. Inventory, attunement, the Staff of Healing, the Mandolin, and then I put the bracers on. But again, the bracers are kind of a novel idea, not into my build. So
Okay.
You're welcome to that. And then I'll put the Staff of Swarming Insects into my
Great. Cool.
Does my javelin require attunement, or is it just the thing I use?
Hold on, I'll have a look here. Javelin. It does not state attunement in. I think because it's a once-a-day item, it's not so repeatedly useful that attunement is required. I don't see attunement in the description.
I don't have anything that requires attunement right now, I don't think. I just have a rapier and a mace and a bow, and I have my quiver. And some, yeah, nothing I have requires attunement. You guys have all the fancy stuff.
I think I should look for some better armor.
Do you want the mandolin? It's got some nifty things you can use it for. It doesn't say you have to. You just have to be a caster.
Oh, you guys, we had those red dragon scales.
Oh yeah. You guys should get some armor.
Yeah.
Those of you that use armor should definitely make some kind of armor. Like I don't do armor. Like the most I can wear is some leather armor.
Yeah, my armor kind of sucks, so I don't know what I'm allowed to wear and what I'm not, though.
So scale mail is considered medium armor. It would cause stealth checks to be made at disadvantage.
Okay, that's all right. I can cope with that.
And it would give 14 plus your dex modifier with a maximum of 2 for your armor class. And then the kicker is it will cost 800 gold pieces to fashion red dragon scale mail.
Okay. Let me see if I have that much. I don't think I do.
Did we haven't divvied up the gold from the last time yet, have we?
No. Does Winston have any casting? Is Weaven a caster at all, or is he all rogue?
I'm all rogue. No casting here.
Yeah, I don't think you can use the mandolin. Then it just says a spellcaster can.
I just realized that the pipes are an attunement thing, so when I take my level of bard, then I can attune to that, so I'll have one attunement item.
And then you can use the mandolin too.
Oh. Do I have to be proficient with more than? I've never been bard before, so I have no idea how proficiency with instruments goes.
Well, I don't think I can afford to make the.
Oh, I know that there's at least there's like 6,000 or 7,000 worth of gold in the party kitty. So if you wanna make a note that it costs 800, we can just take it out of the party kitty. Billy's got the party kitty, so we'll just have to deal with it next week.
I think when you become a bard, you become proficient with 3 musical instruments. So you could take the panpipes and the mandolin and something else.
Okay.
Spoken word.
It's called a Canaith, Canaith, mandolin.
Say that one more time.
Canaith, Canaith.
Mandolin? Okay.
Yep.
It's from shit, I can't remember their name. Anyways. So Smokey, dragon scale armor. While wearing this armor, it is +1 armor. So 15 plus a maximum of 2 of your dex bonus.
Okay.
And you have advantage on saving throws against frightful presence and breath weapons of dragons. And you have resistance to fire damage with that armor.
Awesome.
Additionally, you can focus your senses as an action to magically discern the distance and direction to the closest dragon within 30 miles of you that is of the same type as the armor. So, red dragons.
Neat.
And this special action cannot be used again until the next dawn. Is there anybody else that wants to purchase anything while you're in Guildhall?
I can't think of anything.
How much for a +2 studded armor instead of a +1 studded leather? To like trade in my +1 for a +2. What's the cost difference?
It would be.
Could use a little extra AC. 17 seems kind of low right now.
Well, normally that would run you about 1,000, but if you are using your +1 studded leather as a material component to kind of upgrade it, it would just be 800 gold.
Oh. Is it worth 800 to upgrade for one more AC? No, I think I'll pass.
Okay.
That's all, one AC.
Anybody else? All
How much
right.
does poison cost?
Potions of poison.
Shouldn't Weeben just take the staff with the snake on it and like get it off there?
Oh yeah, I have a poisonous kit.
Yeah. So basic poison is 100 gold pieces per vial.
I feel like, yeah, no, whoever has the staff, just like once a day, I'm like, hey, can I just get some poison off your snake if we haven't used it today before the day is done?
You could do that.
Save on me.
Who has the snake staff?
No one's claimed it yet.
Oh, it's just there?
Yep.
Sure, join my quiver that holds all the things.
We shall say you have it.
Good God.
Well, hold on here. Before we get too excited about that. That was the Staff of the Adder, correct?
Yep.
So it does require attunement by a cleric, druid, or warlock.
Nope, can't do it.
I think Billy was going to keep the Staff of the Adder.
That's cool. If he doesn't use it at the end of the day before the day's done, anytime we're about to close out a day, we're just going to make it a standard roll for me to roll for poison on it then.
Sure.
Also, I can transform into a centipede, and its poison is DC 11, but it's poison you get for free.
I like that too.
Yeah. Okay. So, who is going to attune to the Conch of Teleportation?
I think it might have to be Weeben just because of the lack of.
He's the only one that's got slots open.
Right now, I'm not attuned to anything.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be you. Sorry.
That's cool. I'll do it.
So, Weeben takes an hour or so to attune to the Conch of Teleportation. This conch is like almost as big as he is. And as soon as he's attuned, you guys all gather and he blows the conch.
The fact that we both had to say that, like, man.
What's Weeben doing, blowing the conch?
I don't like the name of this level.
So let me see here. Clitoris and Billy are out.
Sorry, I had very bad form and a macaroni and cheese related emergency. What did I miss?
Please punch.
Weeben blew the conch.
I went into the building. I don't know what happened, and you guys are talking about your love of conch.
I'm blowing conches over here.
That's what I thought. Busy man.
Weeben, do you really love conch, or are you just saying that to fit in? I love conch.
I power to attune. I think my love is pure.
I'm riding a big furry tractor.
Can you mark the stream as NSW?
I know, right? So,
So, old Mommy, what's conch?
so the Conch of Teleportation causes the teleportation spell to go off, and you appear here in this. Well, let me find a description of this area.
Sounds like my kind of place as a Triton. My first instinct is sweet.
Yeah, you are pretty okay with this. Well, you see a couple of things. Let me zoom out.
I think I'm not playing my cat person. This would be all bad.
Right? You can hear the sound of, like, water kind of a rush of water as if it's swirling in a bowl. You are on a rocky, uneven ledge, and you see, this doesn't sound right. Hold on. Sounds very peculiar. You can see around you in this room that is number 2, there are sections of what look like broken ships, like masts, and you can see a series of boards that actually has a porthole in it. Just wreckage strews the floor in here. There is a large pool to the southwest of you. And, of course, where you popped up, there is a large Uvar rune on the floor here. It's a giant rune. And you see that there is a coral and barnacle-encrusted circular staircase to the west. And there is a hallway going to the north and a hallway going to the east. And you see a short passage to the south. Everybody make a perception check.
Any particular type of perception?
It is a hearing check.
I got 18.
Ooh.
We wouldn't hear shit.
So, Scaly and Weeben, over the sound of swirling water, you can hear what sounds like a pipe organ and somebody singing is echoing in the distance. The echo sounds like it's coming down from the circular staircase.
Should we check out our local hallways first and then go up?
Yeah, you can pick a direction.
Yeah. I want to look in there, personally.
Okay, let's go look at the south pool.
Okay.
It's where we find out we're in a seafood restaurant.
So the walls all throughout this area are all covered in bioluminescent lichen. Everything here is moist. No, it's not just bioluminescent lichen. You see bioluminescent snails, starfish. There's a cat in front of my camera. Yeah, snails, starfish, barnacles. There are tiny harmless crabs that are crawling across the floor. And so, Scaly and Weeben, you can hear this what sounds like a pipe organ and somebody singing, and it's a haunting song. A powerful female voice is singing. To the south, you check out the short southern passage. You see that there is a small pool of water in here. And as you poke your Smokey, as you kind of look inside, are you stepping inside looking at this pool, or?
I'm peeking around the corner first.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
$22.
Okay.
Nice.
So you duck out just in time as you realize that this pool is actually a hot geyser that blows steam up into this room every hour. And just as you poke your head in, you see the water erupt as a steaming geyser comes shooting up that fills the room with hot steam, but you don't take any damage. That's all that's in that room.
Butter in my pocket is melting.
Why do you have butter in your pocket?
I mean,
Exactly.
don't you?
I have a dead rat in my pocket, probably, but not butter. I need butter for the dead rat.
Wow, so I found this steam area.
Yeah, you found the steam room.
I found the fucking autoclave, is what I found. Somebody else pick where to go next.
Well, we're close to this hallway. We check out the east one. Why don't we?
So these two doors, you find two doors going to the south here. And at the end of the hallway, let's see here. At the end of this hallway, you see a life-size stone statue of a female storm giant holding a harp and wearing a gown made of purple coral. The two doors going to the south, while the doors themselves are iron-bound oak and they are 15 feet tall and 7 feet wide, the interior of these rooms have beds that are all sized for medium creatures. Aside from that, there's nothing in here. They contain furnishing size for medium and small creatures, 5 comfortable beds, a circular rug, a barrel of drinking water, an empty dresser, and an empty wardrobe.
Guest quarters of some kind?
That would be a safe bet, yes. Weaven and Smokey make a perception check.
$14.
14 and 17. So, Weeben, you notice that in addition to the swirling sound that you hear, the rushing water, you see that this pool, there is a bit of it's not like a whirlpool, but there is a circular current to the water. Not a heavy current, like somebody just moving their hand through a bathtub kind of current.
I tell the party, that water's weird. It's got a current.
The last hallway, once again, you find another statue at the end of this hallway. The statue at the end of the hallway depicts a Maelstrom giant blowing a pink and blue conch shell. The doors here are giant-sized. They are like 30 feet tall and 14 feet wide. And the rooms here in number 4 match, except that they are large, giant-sized beds. And the room at the end of the hallway seems to be like a storage area that just holds some crates and barrels containing food and wine, but they're giant-sized.
Are there any fish in the gently swirling pool?
There is not.
Bummer, because I could talk to him.
You do not see any fish in the pool.
Okay.
Let's go on up then.
Yep.
Okay. We put everybody together here, and I will do this. So these stairs are giant-sized, they making them difficult terrain for you. Each stair is 4 feet high. Are you going up stealthily, or are you just doing what you can?
Even is always stealthy.
If you're going stealth,
I'm in the room, so I'm not touching the ground.
if you're trying to be stealthy, everybody make a stealth check.
Let's see, hold on, I'm doing it too.
Wow.
I'm at disadvantage. I'm very not stealthy. Can I, like, wait to be called up? Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to screw this up for everybody if they want to.
Sure, I could use telepathy to tell you when to come up.
Okay.
I'll hide and then yell and rush. I need to.
So let's see, 17, 20. Well, oddly enough, the only ones that are hidden are Weeben and Zinquinal.
Hmm?
But kind of like that. But Scaly is noticed by this storm giant and this storm giant. And in this room, you see a bunch of people. So, up on this ledge, you see that there is a giant crab of some kind that has colored barnacles all over it. And you see a female storm giant here, and she has a pair of mallets, and when she strikes one of these colored barnacles on the giant crab's shell, it releases a sound that very similar to a pipe organ. And she's sitting there playing this crab, which that sounds like a euphemism. She's playing the crab.
Yeah.
And then this female storm giant is currently singing. There are 2 storm giants at the bottom of the ramp to this ledge. And in the room, sitting around giant mussel shell tables, are some other giants. There is a stone giant, there is a cloud giant, there is a female fire giant, and a female frost giant. And they're all sitting here listening to this music being played, these two storm giants start to move towards the spiral staircase, having seen Scaly. What would you guys like to do before we roll initiative? I mean, Scaly, you can see that these two storm giants clearly see you.
I will put up my hands open and say, I just heard the music and thought I'd come listen to the concert.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still on my broom, but that's what I said.
So, as you say that, the female fire giant kind of turns and looks. Mirren, you notice that the two female storm giants that are performing are unarmed and unarmored. They're wearing like gowns made of kelp that are adorned with coral, like in like almost like a sequin type pattern. And they stop performing, and the female fire giant turns and looks at you, and then turns and looks up towards the platform. She says, so what? You're inviting the small folk to this meeting? How does this concern them when we're going to be rulers over them? And Mirren says, oh, no, these are interlopers. They were not invited. And Nim, the other sister, says, state your business. Why have you come to Maelstrom?
I don't know.
Well, if you were... So, you came to Maelstrom because the ordning is shattered. Storm giants were at the top of the ordning. You have heard that Queen Neri is dead, that King Hecaton is missing, and that there is a ancient blue dragon named Imrith that is has ingratiated itself, disguised into the court of Maelstrom.
Aren't we interested in restoring the ordning?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, more or less, because if the storm giants are put back at the top, then theoretically they'll put a stop to all of these giant attacks going on.
Okay, we'll give this a shot. I've been sent by my lizard folk chieftain to assist you in reestablishing the ordning.
Oh boy.
We don't want to get trampled, and we thought we should invest in the future.
Make a deception check.
Yeah, this is garbage. I'm at -2.
Guys, can I offer the help action? Or I'm hidden?
You're
For the
hidden.
help.
So, I mean, you could come out of the shadows, but if a halfling comes out of the shadows, that may put an even bigger problem on the lizard folks' claim.
Well, I'm gonna come out of the shadows and say that I was as an emissary of the sea, I've been sent with this task with the same mission. And obviously my interest is that the giants in this room are those that take over because our interests will most align. And that's my fancy Triton take on loving their decor.
I will allow the help action for that. So, Scaly, go ahead and roll again.
Yeah. Thanks for the attempt.
Oh, shit.
It was better than 2.
Inspiration!
No, don't. I don't know. So
I have -2.
I'm going to wander in and say, we found a big conch
Okay.
Well, I secretly do want to become like personal assistant to these guys because this is the place I want to come back to when the campaign is over. This is where I'll retire. So I'm good.
So
This is not deceiving them to suck up. I'm genuinely sucking up because I want to be here later.
the female frost giant here kind of looks at Scaly and Zinquinol and then is kind of slack-jawed when Smokey comes up the stairs.
Damn it, Smokey.
And she turns to Mirren and Nim and says, what? So everybody gets a conch now? How is this possible? You're allowing the ordning to be sullied by these ridiculous small folk. And Mirren and Nim say, no, we completely understand. They have a stake in this as well. And Mirren says, you are the guests of Maelstrom. Allow me to see you to our guest rooms. We will make sure that you get an audience with Regent Sarissa, who our younger sister, who is currently the regent of Maelstrom, since our father is missing.
Cool.
And
Hey, we're not dead.
And Nim turns to the storm giant and says, see them to the guest quarters. And so, here is how this works out. I'll be honest, reading this reading this encounter, I wasn't exactly thrilled with it because it there's not really a whole lot of ways out. So the storm giants see you into one of the rooms, since you only need one.
Hello.
Hello, are you joining us?
Trying.
Okay, I will.
Should he roll for a magic item too?
Yes, he will. Him and Clitaris both. On here.
Is Clitaris joining us or just you?
I can run both. We feel we need both.
Might not
There's only
be.
like 6 giants, so probably.
Might not be a bad idea.
Fuck this shit. I'm going back to bed.
So they see you into the guest quarters here, and as soon as you're in, the storm giant shuts the door, and you can hear that they don't leave. So the door is guarded, and you guys are in your guest quarters. And before we go further, we will get a roll on the table for Billy and Clitaris. So the first two things that Clitaris and Steve get, you get. So the first two things that Steve the Devil and Clitaris get, you each get a medal of the Moonwood. It doesn't give you any in-game benefits, but it is a medal that will give you, that could bear effect on dealing with certain NPCs. It is a mark of prestige. The other thing that you get is a letter of recommendation from King Brunor Battlehammer of Gauntlgrim for having returned to Magira. Again, this doesn't give you any specific in-game benefit other than it is a letter of recommendation from a person of impeccable reputation that can grant adventurers access to NPCs they would not normally have access to otherwise, such as like a duke, viceroy, queen. The recommendation on one's person can help clear up misunderstandings with local authorities who might not otherwise take the adventurer at their word. And then you each get a roll on table F. So, Steve the Devil, roll percentage.
Let's see. First percentage, 71.
Ew. Interesting. Very interesting. You get a tan bag of tricks.
What?
You get a tan bag of tricks. Roll a
I
d8.
thought you said 10. I was like, a 10 bag? Like, that's pretty impressive. Isn't that a box?
Roll a d8.
It's going to be a 3.
Okay. This ordinary bag, made of tan cloth, appears empty. Reaching inside the bag, however, reveals the presence of a fuzzy object. The bag weighs a half a pound. You can use the action to pull the fuzzy object from the bag and throw it up to 20 feet. When the object lands, it transforms into a creature you determine by rolling a d8. And you get to do this each time. So, okay, so you fill something small and fuzzy, and you pull it out of the bag, and you throw it up to 20 feet, and it will turn into one of the creatures, one of these 8 creatures. A tan bag of tricks, you can throw a jackal, an ape, a baboon, an axebeak, black bear, giant weasel, giant hyena, or a tiger. And each time that you use it, you roll a d8 to see what comes out.
And how often can it be used?
Let's see here. The creature is friendly to you and your companions, and it acts on the end of your turn. You can use a bonus action to command how the creature moves and what action it takes on the next turn, or give it general orders such as attack your enemies. In the absence of such orders, the creature acts in a fashion appropriate to its nature. Once 3 fuzzy objects have been pulled from the bag cannot be used again until the next dawn.
Oh, 3 a day?
Yep.
That's actually pretty useful.
And then go ahead and roll for Clitaris.
She's like, here, have a bear to your face. So she's getting 50 even.
50. Oh, this is ridiculous. She gets another Staff of the Adder.
Reroll.
Yeah, if you want, you can re-roll that one. That seems a little absurd.
You should text her and like, roll with you.
What you get?
65.
This is interesting. I actually have to look this one up because I have never seen this before.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's see it. It's an alternate version of the Staff of Adder. By making constrictors.
This one's the Staff of the Python.
Right?
No, this one, let's see here.
Or it could be Ratman's staff.
So she can choose which kind of weapon this is. It does require attunement. This magic weapon warns you of danger. While the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you cannot be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins.
Let's see.
I mean, shit, she could put that on a dagger, and as long as it's on her belt.
Very true. I'll give her, she already has a long sword and a scimitar. We'll give it to her as a dagger.
Okay. So a dagger
It
of
doesn't
warning.
sound like it helps in battle, it helps before battle.
Well, nobody can be surprised, and it gives her advantage on initiative rolls.
So it's a, what's the technical name of alert?
Oh, it is a dagger of warning.
Warning, that's it. And advantage on initiative, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
That advantage on initiative is a nice touch.
Yeah. Okay, so. Okay. Hold on here.
I got my Monsters of the Multiverse book in.
Nice. Yeah, I got mine as well.
I didn't even pre-order mine. I just ordered it on a regular day and had it shipped out like 2 days later. Like,
Why is this not working?
with you, I didn't trust the Amazon pre-order.
Yeah, that was fucking bullshit. So, for those that didn't see it, so I pre-ordered and I used my debit card. And it wasn't going to get here until the 24th. And my thing about that is, what's the point of a pre-order if it's not going to get here on day of release? Which, by the way, Amazon claims to guarantee. I can't, so I needed that money loosened up because I had other things financially that I had to deal with, and Amazon doesn't take the money out of your debit card until the order ships. So we have a Amazon credit account, and so I canceled the order, reordered the book with the Amazon credit account. Now all of a sudden it was going to get here by 10 o'clock on day of release. And my complaint with that was, so if I pay you debit or cash, you're going to make me wait until the 24th. But if I use your credit card and you're collecting interest, then you're going to honor your guarantee? That's bullshit. Now, I will say that they credited me back $8 because they didn't uphold their guarantee. But it's still, if I hadn't said anything, they would have screwed me.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Jeff Bezos needs more rocket fuel.
Yeah, right. He needs to buy another cowboy hat to ride his rocket. His penis-shaped rocket. needs money to keep it, to invite William Shatner on another trip. So everybody can make another perception check.
$18.
Ooh, Zinquinol.
Perception. What was my perception? There it is. Steve got a 19. Clitoris got a. That's persuasion. Who's perception? She got a 15.
Okay. So, Clitoris, Steve, Weeben, and Zinquinol, you can hear outside the door what sounds like a loud whisper, and you can tell that it's one of the sisters that was performing. It sounds like it's this loud whisper is echoing down the spiral staircase, and you could hear what sounds like somebody coming down the stairs. And she says something about, we've decided that the interlopers need to be dealt with. Eliminate them. And Clitoris's dagger is vibrating like she's got a phone call talking to her about the extended warranty on her car. Hold on here.
Well, the old trick of walk between the two and be like, what interlopers? Where'd they go?
Okay. Now I have to go down the line. Ooh. My goodness.
That was a lot of giants.
It is.
That's not even all of them.
So I take it we used the shell and went to the bottom of the ocean?
Yep.
Yes.
Ah. Whose idea was that?
I think there was a dragon cult involved.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet this was Weeben's idea. We'll blame Weeben.
Well, he is the one that attuned to the conch, so.
Oh. Yeah, we're gonna put him in a tiny bag hanging from the ceiling and invent the punching bag.
Pinata. Are we pinata?
You made me smile.
Do you guys ever watch Brad Williams stand up?
No, don't know the name.
He's a dwarf comedian, really short guy, but fucking super hilarious.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Due to him, what his dad, or due to Weaven, what Brad's dad used to do to him when he'd get in trouble, pick him up and put him on the counter because he couldn't get back down.
Okay. If you haven't done so, go ahead and roll initiative. So here's the big question. Can everybody see themselves on the initiative?
Yep.
And can you see other people on the initiative?
I can see their pictures, but not their names.
Weird.
Same. Just my name.
Yeah, I think that's always the way.
There is a way to make it happen. I just don't remember how to do it.
Yeah, I've done what they said to do, and it's not really changing anything.
Sometimes we have to, as the players, we need to reset it, do the reconnect or whatever, in order to get changes to appear. I'm gonna see if I can reset real quick.
try my vigilant blessing to do better on my initiative because that was terrible.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I reloaded and it didn't change anybody's name.
Yeah.
And
Shit. So between Weebin and Smokey, which one of you wants to go first?
So,
I'm just gonna hide my first turn anyway.
All right.
Like we all know what's gonna happen when I take my first turn. I'm like giants hiding.
She's 14. There we go.
let's do help. My brother is sick.
I hate your help.
I don't want to do get help.
All right.
We can
So,
help our T-Rex is sick.
so I assume that everybody's going to fill in Smokey about what they've heard, and Zinquinol, what would you like to do?
Okay, so my thought group is if we can close this off, then at least we can just do one giant.
So you're in a room and the door is closed. This door is closed.
Right. I understand that, but I'm thinking if I can get out and create a barrier, because I have control water, I can create a barrier across the hallway, and then we can focus on getting rid of one giant instead of having 7 of them.
I could use the web wand I have too to make like difficult terrain for them.
Okay.
So a wall of water won't stop the storm giants. They're amphibious.
Let me look at
Still, that's fewer.
Yeah.
We could try bracing the door until it's my turn, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, does anybody have any better ideas?
I have wall of fire we can put out at a certain point to trap everybody with the fire giant.
Okay.
Lightning javelin straight down the hallway.
Yep, that
That
too.
sounds like there's no plan. Do we want to brace the door and hope for the best until we get to Scaly's turn? Is that what we're saying?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can put a wall of fire like there.
I could use my potion of clairvoyance to see what's going on out there.
I don't know that. So, well, before I make any moves, you guys decide.
Let's try and tunnel through to 3 over here.
That would work. I think I got stone shape.
Hey guys, I found a spoon. Hold on.
Yeah.
That would confuse the shit out of them if we just disappeared.
Well, hold on. Speaking of
How long a tunnel can Stone Shape do?
I don't know. Oh, I didn't take it. I laughed that it was an option, but didn't take it. Okay, I think I have invisibility. Since you're talking about being invisible, maybe I'll just turn myself invisible until we have a plan.
Oh, the tiny hut's invisible.
Pop the tiny hut and just sit there.
They're gonna be like, what? They're not in there.
Wait, does that work with Tiny Hut? I'm into it just for the humor of it. That it will be invisible?
Let me double check.
I thought it was.
Dome.
Well, it takes 10 minutes for it to cast, but now I'm curious.
No, casting time is 1 minute.
Yeah, you don't have a round.
It's 10 rounds, yeah, so.
Okay.
Just not 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm looking at my spell. I don't really have any better suggestions at this point. My only suggestion is I could throw a bear at him.
Yeah, that's like what I have too.
We could throw a T-Rex at him.
That'll give me something to do. Well, in that case, I'm gonna be a real dick and cast Shield of Faith on myself. And then wait for us to have a plan. So my AC just went up too.
So, yeah, Liamon's tiny hut cannot be made invisible. It says the dome is opaque from the outside of any color you choose, but it is transparent from the inside.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself and up my AC.
Okay. All right. Mirren. Mirren stays where she's at and takes the dodge action. Tartha takes the dodge action. Actually, no. Tartha is going to ready a action to attack anybody that comes in range.
If it helps, Steve did learn large and reduce.
That would certainly even the fight, wouldn't it?
So, Scaly, if you want to make somebody a T-Rex, I can make him a really big T-Rex.
So,
Volunteers tribute.
Scaly, what would you like to do?
Well, we only have a medium-sized door, and so making someone a T-Rex in here means the T-Rex just gets to bite at the door over and over, which has advantages. I can't do polymorph T-Rex and wall of fire, but T-Rex at the door is a pretty mean starting point.
Well, what's the biggest CR that you can polymorph somebody into?
It's about challenge rating, so T-Rex is pretty damn big.
Well, I was gonna say if you can pull off T-Rex, maybe you can pull off a bullet and we just make our own door.
Oh, that? Let's look. What's the challenge rating of a bullet?
Because that worked really well in previous games.
Yeah.
I want a giant mole. That's what I want, is a giant mole.
Okay, so a bullet is a challenge 5, which is less than anybody in our party. We could make Weeben a bullet or anybody else a bullet, and he has burrow, but I don't know, Chris, if that's a passage we could follow through.
Yeah.
How long does burrow take to do?
Burrow's at 40 feet.
It's a movement. Yeah.
That thing will hauls ass through rock.
And he's got tremor sense 60 feet, so he could, in theory, burrow away from known threats.
And if I remember right, it also has okay attacks.
Yeah, 94 hit points and 40, 12 plus 4 for a bite.
Mm-hmm.
So who wants to be a bullet?
12 plus 4?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm down.
Okay, so I will polymorph Weeben into a bullet.
Okay. Weeben is a bullet.
Where do you want me to go?
South.
Let me find we'll give him that icon to show that he is polymorphed. All right, Weeben is a bullet. Anything for Scaly with movement and a bonus action?
I will hide back in this corner away from the door.
Okay. Steve the Devil, what would you like to do?
Do we want to make Weeben really big?
A bigger bullet? Bullets
Uh-huh.
are already large.
So that would make him
Huge?
huge. Yes, it would make him huge.
Big, large, huge.
Bigly.
Or do we think large is good enough for now?
Chris, what happens to an increase in size class? Doesn't his strength go up? And
Yeah, his he would get a +5 to hit, and he would get an extra dice to his damage.
So 5d12?
For damage, what's the damage that a bullet does now?
40, 12 plus 4 with his bite, and
So-
his pounce is a little smaller, but you can combo.
So yeah, it would be 5d12 for bite.
Holy shit.
And it would be a +8 to hit.
They like to go nom nom nom. So if we think making him bigger will help, I'll make him bigger. If not, I'll just stand out of his way and let him do his thing.
Can maybe save and large for another phase. We've got an hour of polymorph.
That's true. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just stand out of his way. Maybe slide a couple beds over.
Okay. All right. What would
You guys want to go straight south?
Yep.
What would Cletaris like to do?
Pretty much the same. Just kind of stand out of the way and just hold her arms towards the wall. Like, here you go. Go ahead.
Okay. Helenhild, the female frost giant, tells this guy to get out of her way, and she moves into the hallway and readies an action for any small folk that are going to come out that door. Weeben, what would you like to do?
Be free.
That's what I do.
Okay.
I burrow this way. You said I get 40 feet of movement?
Yes.
Yep.
Alrighty. That's what I do.
Okay.
I burrow my happy ass to here.
You can dash with your burrow too.
Oh shit. Alright, well then I burrow my happy ass to there, and then I don't know where else.
You can do another 40 feet.
Oh, I guess just burrow and then. I burrow to here, I get to here, then I burrow to here as well.
Okay.
To here.
Okay. So, first, two things happen.
Like, whee! What the shit?
Hey, Jeff, I think I just saw a flaw in our plan. We
Isn't there
wait for
always
one guy who's done.
So, two things happen. So, Weeben, you burrow into this chamber. This chamber is flooded and causes water to gush out of the tunnel. And sleeping in the middle of these flooded chambers are two storm giants who are now awake. And you notice a couple of things about this room. So, and let me pull this up. This room has, there are 6 giant clams and 2 giant sea anemones that the storm giants use as chests. So there's something in these sea anemones, if you can get them to open. And likely something inside these clams. But before you can
Lucas, Weeben.
before you can even consider that, Weeben, you need to make a strength saving throw.
Lucas.
Is that water rushing at me?
Yes.
Your strength is
Strength
19 plus, 19, so plus 4 on your strength save.
Well, I rolled horribly on my strength save, so I had an 8.
Okay. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage,
How many hit points do I have?
94.
and you
Okay.
actually don't make it into the other room. It pushes you back 20 feet, and you are in this chamber. You guys, water is now rushing out of this hole, akin to a geyser. Smokey, what do you want to do? The room is quickly going to fill with water.
Shit.
I should have burrowed in a windy up and down motion.
Zigzag, serpentine.
Okay.
Zinquin will stand there like, I'm fine with this.
Totally.
Is it gonna fill in like one round or?
It will be waist high in like a round.
Okay. I'm gonna move over here and then I'm gonna use the wand of web to slow down the giants because
Okay.
that won't cause any problems for them.
So you you're casting web on the door?
Yeah, like it says 20-foot cube, right? So I'm trying to figure out. Let's see.
So here we go. Mass thick sticky webbing, 20-foot cube. The webs become difficult terrain and lightly obscure the area.
Okay, so here-ish.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything with any more movement or a bonus action?
It's difficult terrain because of the water, right?
Correct.
Okay,
But the
think
webs
I
is
might-
difficult terrain because of the webs.
I think I moved like 10 feet. My movement's like 30, so I could move 5 more, but I'd be in the way of the tunnel, and Weeben might come in and burrow a different direction, so I don't want to get in the way at the moment. So I'm good.
Okay.
Actually, I will use my bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike on myself so I can move more next round.
Okay. All right. Braxo, the stone giant, he moves over here and takes the dodge action. Vol, the cloud giant, was also going to take the dodge action. Storm giant, this guy opens the door, and water, of course, starts spilling out into the hallway. He Yeah, he's going to be a pain in the ass. So the door is difficult terrain because of his size, and the door is 15 feet tall, 7 feet wide. So he squeezes in. So that's
Is
10
he
feet of
surprised by the
movement.
water?
Yeah, but not concerned because he is amphibious. Then, so that was 10 feet of movement to get in the door. He has 40 more feet, so that's 10 feet of movement. That's 10 feet of movement. And he's going to swing his greatsword on Steve the Devil.
Did he pass a dex throw then?
For what?
Each creature that starts its turn in the web or enters them during its turn.
Oh, needs to make a dex save or be restrained. Okay.
Okay.
So he fails with a 9,
Yes. He's blocking the way now.
and he is restrained by the webs.
Sweet. My plan worked.
This
Nice.
stone giant tells Helen Hill to get out of the way. That's 10 feet of movement. That's 10 feet of movement. That's 10 feet of movement. I'll put him right there. He gets a 16 on his dex save. So he is not restrained. This giant ten feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet. He's going to swing on Weevan. He gets 2 attacks with his greatsword. And I'm going to say they're at disadvantage because of the narrow hallway. And I'm going to drop my dice.
Not one.
Ah. Not one. 21 to hit.
Yeah, bullet AC is 17.
Okay.
Stupid disadvantage. Failed me.
Ooh. Ouch. $34 points of damage.
Ow.
Second attack. Another 21 to hit.
At disadvantage?
Yeah.
How can
He rolled a 7.
a 7 give him a 21?
Yeah.
Holy freaking hell. I wish I could roll a 7 and turn it into a 21.
27 points of slashing damage.
Well, I'm glad I'm this creature, because I'd be dead if I wasn't.
Let's see. And this giant goes in there. We are back to Zinquinal. What would you like to do?
Okay. Doesn't seem like there's much. Okay. I'm going to move to the opening. Is there... Let's see. Usually,
You know what you could...
Sentence and go. Oh, that's
You know what you could do? Since this is webbed and causing problems for people coming in, you could drop a moonbeam right there.
Oh, and they'd be trapped?
Well, they wouldn't be trapped, but if they're restrained, they can't get out of it.
Okay, that sounds good. I was thinking guiding bolt here, but moonbeam there is better.
And also, they'd have to take moonbeam damage just walking through the door.
Right.
Yeah, you forget. Okay, that seems like a plan. What's the highest I can get? All right, it's a con save 16. They're gonna make that though. It's giants.
You still take half.
Okay.
Or miss
You could roll
sometimes.
that one, it could happen.
So you want it like right there?
Yes.
Okay. So one giant. Does he? What? What is your ordeal? No, he fails. So
Nice.
he will take 2d10 or whatever level you casted it at.
4d10.
Oof.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's 4d10. 16.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, some damage is better than no damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
Why
it
did
catch
that?
the other one?
No.
Okay.
Why is this not... God damn it. I got too much shit going on here. Let's see here. Hold on a second. I need to... I'll be right back. I need to restart this.
Yeah, I think Weaving, you're gonna have to pick a new direction to tunnel. We need an escape hole from our escape hole.
Yep.
Weaving has a bigger problem with this thing in front of him, because if Weaving tries to run away from it, it's going to get another attack. And 2 attacks dropped Weaving like 50 points.
Yeah. You're gonna not be a bullet real soon.
Right.
Well, that's like if you could dig as much as you could before you went unbullet, like you could dig straight up and get above the water level.
But I'd still provoke the attack of opportunity trying to get away from it, wouldn't I?
Right, but you're gonna get attacked either way, aren't you?
You're still a rogue. You can still disengage,
Yeah.
and then
Right,
you can
not-
stuff move.
Oh, I can still use my rogue stuff?
Let me double check the polymorph text. You're still what you are.
Well, at the very least, he could use his bonus action to disengage and only take a single movement.
The target's
That's
game
worse.
statistics are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. We know that. The creature is limited in the actions it can perform by the nature of its new form, like speech and spells. It retains its alignment and personality, but it doesn't say you lose class features. In theory, sneak attack would apply. Hide would be difficult.
Yeah, the only time that usually comes into play is if it's something like a spellcaster, because they can't use
Yeah.
somatic
So
or vocal
he's still-
components.
And he's to use his class features as a rogue, disengage as bonus, and double move.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Like, and no, I'm gone.
You, yeah, me, yeah.
Okay, so Zinquinol, anything with a bonus action or any additional movement?
Let's see. Can I see the guy that's attacking the bullet?
Yes. Well, maybe not, because you got rushing water pouring out here. The other problem that Weeben is facing is not only is he being attacked, but he's also going to be in danger of drowning. What is the bullet's Constitution modifier?
21.
So plus 5 to his con. So he can hold his breath for 5 minutes. So 50 rounds.
That's a long time.
But yeah, all you can see is rushing water coming out of this hole.
Okay.
They opened the door though, so it's spilling out into the hallway also. So that, I mean, I know that won't fix it completely, but it should relieve some of the pressure.
Right, yeah, the room isn't going to completely fill with water.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, if I can't see anything, then that's it.
Okay. Mirren. Oops, wrong button. Mirren runs back up the stairway.
Coward!
Tartha the Fire Giant. What is she going to do? Tartha moves up here behind Helenhild and readies an action for anybody that comes into range. Scaly, what would you like to do?
Realize I did not plan for any of the target types, and I don't have spells that will efficiently deal with 4 storm giants. I will bonus action Magic Stone, and one of these guys is restrained.
Yes.
Does that give me advantage?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I will hurl a rock with advantage.
Okay.
And still do shitty.
Do I re-deal moving damage on their turn or my turn?
On their turn.
Their turn. Okay, just checking.
Does a 13 or 11 hit either of those hit?
No.
Didn't expect so. Bonus action.
But you got 2 more magic stones.
Oh, right. I get to use all of them. I forgot. That's better. A 23 to hit.
That hits.
7 points.
Okay.
Third stone. 21 to hit.
And that hits.
For 10 points.
Okay.
Let's see. And bonus. No, I used Magic Stone on bonus, so I'm hiding in the corner, floating on my broom. How high is the ceiling here?
Hold on. I'll tell you. Yeah, they made some kind of change to Roll20, and I don't fucking like it. I can't edit the circles above a token unless I actually go into the gear icon. And I do not like that. It's a pain in my ass. The ceiling in these rooms... The ceilings are still 30 feet.
Aren't the giants kind of cramped coming in here?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, well,
Which is why they were at difficult terrain coming through the door, because the doors are only 15 feet, so they had to stoop down and kind of squeeze in.
I'll be on my broom up near the ceiling so the water's not making my toes cold.
Okay. Steve the Devil, what would you like to do?
That's a very good question. So what is our actual game plan besides drowning?
I don't think we're going to drown now. Kill storm giants in the doorway until there's no more storm giants?
That sounds like a plan to me. Alright, do. We will start with... Oh, where's my damn hook spell? As a bonus action, I will hex spell. What's Moonbeam? Is that Constitution?
It is.
Cool. That guy that's in the web in the Moonbeam, I will hit him with Curse and restrict his Constitution.
Okay.
So, Hex spell for you, sir. Gives me an extra D6 damage. Be a bonus action on my next turn. Deal with that later. Damn. Is the feet measurement correct at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Steve will be able to pretty much stand where he is. He will take a pokey at the big guy with his pike.
Go for it.
And that guy's restrained, so you got advantage?
Correct.
Yeah. It's going to be a 26.
That hits.
1d10, d6. 12 damage on that first hit.
Okay.
It's going to be like 22.
That hits.
Yeah, come back here. 14 on the second hit.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anything with any more movement?
No, don't really see a need to at the moment.
Okay.
Nothing. What side of the bed do I want to stand on?
What would you like Clitaris to do?
How wide is the pathway that Weaven made? Just the regular...
It's actually 10 feet wide.
Oh, okay. Well, then Clitoris will come down and help Weaven.
Okay. Clitoris can make an attack on the... well, first thing that Clitoris needs to do is make a strength saving throw.
Let's see, where is... 18.
Okay, so she forces her way through the water, and she can make an attack at disadvantage on the storm giant. She's got water rushing into her face. That is a hit.
And since Weaven's there, I still get my sneak, correct?
Correct. She can throw a smite on it, too.
Eight. 2 sixes. Trying to see which spite smell she has and which one would work the best.
And throw a divine and a smite spell on it. Might as well go full glass cannon.
like, she has ensnaring strike, but I don't think that'll work on these guys.
Well, it could.
I think their strength will. Yeah.
He's got a plus 14 to strength saving throws, so.
That's what I don't think that one's gonna heal. Alright, we're gonna go with a, water's not gonna help. Let's go with a Branding Smite. That sounds fun.
Okay.
So there's that. And we'll go ahead and throw a Divine Smite on there as well, but I ran out of deals. Eight, 31, 37, 41 damage.
Yikes. All right, and her second attack.
Let's see, that is going to be miss. Total miss.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure like a 10's not going to hit.
No. Okay.
She swung so hard the first time, fucked her shoulder up.
All right, Helen held. Well, she's going to attempt to make her dex save. And fails. And so, Helenhild, who is in too much of a hurry to get in here, gets to like here and is restrained by the webs. And in the steps into the moonbeam. Gets a 25 on her con save, so she'll take half damage from moonbeam.
So that's 7.
Okay.
It's all more than 0.
I know, but it's very anticlimactic to burn a 4th level spell slot for.
Sits there for 10 rounds, it's going to have done like 300 points damage.
Trying to do that all at once. That's what we have this.
Well, if it makes you feel better, if they do manage to get through the web, I'm just going to use Eldritch Blast to push them back into the web. And the moonbeam. Like, you just go over there.
That's rad. That's where you live now.
Weeben, what would you like to do?
Okay. So just to clarify that these are things I can do before I go, I'm like, this is what I want to do. You're like, you can't do that. I want to know if I can attack it, then do the bonus disengage, and then dig back into the room, but then like dig above like 5 feet into the wall. Over here.
So, well, you only have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, I think if you're going to dig, you're going to have to dig a tunnel straight into that room from where you are, right?
So just make like a second tunnel in here to add more water into the room?
Just go to 3.
No, like this. Like,
I'll just go straight to 3.
yeah, if you want. I mean, then you can make another tunnel this way, and we can all go in a fun circle.
We can Scooby-Doo.
Do, yeah.
I will go towards, go right and go towards number 1. That room looks dry.
No.
Giant swirling whirlpool in the middle. That looks dry.
Okay. So yes, I can go this way.
Yeah,
Also, the first room you had giants in it. The second room you go to might have giants in it.
Agreed.
So yeah, go ahead. You can make your attack, and sneak attack applies.
If I went at a slight upgrade this way, the water would still be going down this way, right?
Correct.
So I wouldn't be like adding double the water into this room.
Correct.
Okay, I got my plan now. All right, I'll make my attack with my sneak attack and all that, and let's see how this craziness that I have in my head goes. I was like, I just want to make sure these are legal things I can do before they're like, I can do this, right? You're like, nope, none of that will apply. All right, then yes, I will. Fuck. I'm assuming a 15 doesn't hit this big ass thing.
It does not.
Oh well. Sorry, you're on your own. I disengage, and I dig upward into this way,
Okay.
so that the water doesn't follow me into this room. And then, like the second I get in the room, I like go this way.
Okay.
So like open up an opening into this room. So I need to make like an acrobatics so I can like go along the get from like here to here without going to the floor.
No, you don't have a problem with that.
Sweet. Because I want this room to not be flooded with water.
You know those wind-up cars you played with when you were a kid where you pull them back, and let them go, then they take off and they hit a wall and they spin and take off and hit a wall and spin?
Yes.
I kind of feel that's Weebin's game plan, right?
Right?
Yes, I want to give us options.
So Weeben has created another tunnel into the other room, and it is high enough up the wall that you guys can pull yourselves up and climb through that hole if you want.
Is that the whole action? Or is
That was his whole turn.
Because I attacked, and
Oh,
then I disengaged, and then I moved.
I mean, if you want to pull yourself into the hole, is that your whole action, or is that part of your movement?
No, if you want to pull yourself into the hole and you make a successful DC 10 dexterity, or I'm sorry, DC 10 either athletics or acrobatics check, then you would get the rest of your turn.
Okay, cool.
Smokey, what would you like to do?
I would like to pull myself up there.
Okay, go ahead and make either an acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh, I rolled a 1. God damn it.
Do you have an inspiration?
Okay.
I do.
You don't have to use it for that. I mean,
So, Smokey is hanging from the ledge trying to get up into the hole. You just see this big bugbear ass sticking out of this hole.
Well, I've
Like
got
the videos
an
of animals that
inspiration. I've got an inspiration too, because a big butt hanging out in that hole kind of hinders the escape for everyone. It might be worth trying to get you through.
all right, I'll take it then. If we have 2 of them, I just didn't want anybody to die and then have us be like, oh yeah, we used the inspiration because you. All right, this is the 19.
So we've been all give her mine.
Is there honey on the other side? Is this smoky the food?
If there's money on the other side, you're gonna do just fine.
So, Smokey, you get into this other room.
And I spray disgusting sticky webs on the side too because I immediately see the problem.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, all I can picture is the dogs that try to jump in the back of a truck but get stuck with their feet are like 2 inches off the ground, but they're like, I can't go down. You
can hear, as a free action, you can hear the female frost giant go, oh, These adventurers are gross. They just let their bugbear going around casting web all over the place. Perverts.
Yes.
You can hear from outside the booming sound of the stone giant say, he says, none of this is real. The dreaming lands are not for me. I don't feel that this is the correct course of action. And
They
he...
should deck this place like a blacklight poster.
Glad we got a bohemian stone giant that doesn't want combat.
Yeah, that's true.
He goes up the stairs. Oh my god, what is going on with my Roll20 today? So weird. Vol, the cloud giant, comes over here and readies an action. Storm giants. Okay, so this storm giant is going to move over here. He needs to make a dex save. He gets a 17 to save, and he is going to make an attack on Zinquinal at disadvantage because of the size of the room. So he gets 2 swings with his greatsword. $26 to hit.
Yep.
32 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And his second swing. Soft 20 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. The other storm giant is going to try to free himself and fails. Down here, this storm giant is going to swing twice on Clitaris at disadvantage. Misses with a 16. Second swing. I have too many dice.
Here we go.
And misses with a 16. Let's see here. Giant in the web.
Yeah.
Don't forget your giant slayer damage stuff.
Do we still have that?
I thought that was expired.
That's expired.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure the 9 days you were in flight, I suppose, long enough. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, hold on here. He takes 147. Okay, and he's down to 147 rather. And the last storm giant, he's just going to move up.
DC 17. Oh wait, did this guy do his DC 16?
He failed, and he failed and took the damage.
And he took the 24? Okay.
Yeah. Back to Zinquinal, what would you like to do? So you got this guy all up in your face.
Yeah, I'm going to Let's see. What am I gonna do? That's a great question. I'd love to answer it. I don't know. Taking suggestions. Is he too close to guiding bolt?
Yes. I mean, he's not. You would be at disadvantage, though, because he's at point blank range.
Right. He's right there. I wish I had, like...
You could disengage and try to get through the hole.
Yeah, I feel like... Well, I am pretty injured at this point. So, yeah, I'll just do that. I will disengage and then hopefully heal myself in the...
I've got a mass cure wounds coming, too.
Okay, yeah, and I've got it. I was gonna hold out till I was... Oh my gosh,
Same.
what is wrong with me? Sorry, I'm not feeling very well. Right now, I think only 2 of us have taken damage, and so I was sort of holding out to see if I could make it one more round. But it sounds like you're on the same page. So yeah, I'm just gonna disengage and then go to the separate bedroom.
Okay, make a either athletics or acrobatics roll.
Okay.
No problem. So Zinc shimmies up through the tunnel and into the other room. Tartha the fire giant steps here, but she's not dumb enough to try and step into the room. Unfortunately, being a fire giant, she doesn't have any fire-branded weapons, so she can't do anything about the webs. Or actually, can she?
He probably should have attacked them while they were like half dressed and didn't have their weapons and stuff.
Yeah, they were all in one room to mob us all at once. This at least split their party.
That's true.
Not that we planned that.
Yeah, she can't do anything. She will attempt... She's going to provide the help action to Helenhild, who is restrained, in trying to get her free of the webs. Scaly, what would you like to do?
So we have Bullet who took damage, and Zinquinel and Cleet.
Yes.
And I can use my staff without provoking next to that guy?
Correct.
Yeah, I'll do Mass Cure Wounds centered on that, so 30 feet's easy reach for all our party.
Okay.
Rolling it up. 24 points to everybody who's down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I will lock eyes with the bullet and use my telepathy and say, nod if you want to stay a bullet, or shake your head if you want me to undo polymorph.
I will stay a bullet for the next turn.
Okay. I will... If I move out of his reach, I will get hit. If I stay where I am, I have a chance of getting hit. Bonus action, who still needs hit points?
I mean, I can use more. I'm only at half now. I'm at 44 out of 92 or something.
I will... Where you go?
Yeah, we're fine over here.
Yeah, I'm still down a bit, but I mean like 40 out of 48.
Okay, yeah, I'll bonus healing word on the bullet.
Okay.
13 more.
Sweet. I feel like staying extra hit points is always a good thing, so even if I get unbulleted by them,
Yep.
that's better than giving away 50 hit points of health.
Correctamundo, I will then stay where I am and suffer my chances until whatever terror the next round brings.
Okay. Hold on just a moment. Feeling the need for a whiskey. Diabetes be damned.
Diabetes take the wheel. I love that dude's face.
So, my doctor was saying that he's like, "Oh my God, your numbers look fantastic. I've never seen anybody that actually responds to the metformin like this. Blah blah blah. You're going to drop your A1C is going to probably go. Looking at these numbers, it'll go down 4 points by July." He's like, "That's absolutely fantastic." He says, "Then in July, what we can do is we can probably get you on another medication that may drop it even a little bit more, and a second medication." And so I'm looking at all these, Dave. So all of them have the possible side effect of causing a possibly fatal infection of the perineum. And I'm like, wait a minute, the perineum's your taint. And so I'm like, how do you die of an infection of the taint? But then they follow it up with, if you have symptoms of this possible infection, be sure to bring it up to your doctor. I'm like, well, but then they leave it. It leaves you with more questions than answers. Like, what exactly are the symptoms of an infection of the taint? I mean, does it itch a lot? Does my taint hurt? Hey, doc, my taint hurts. I need to talk to you about this. I mean,
Called it detailed mind.
I have so many questions about this possibly fatal infection of my taint.
Call the manufacturer. They'll give the phone people what to do for me.
They'll spontaneously start singing show tunes.
Yes.
Spontaneously.
Spontaneously, yes. So, Steve the Devil, what would you like to do?
Oh, it's probably a bad idea because I'm squishy. But Steve's going to come over here to Scaly,
Okay.
which is probably going to evoke attack of opportunity.
No. Well, I mean, are you moving in to attack the giant, or are you moving in to do something with Scaly, I guess, is the question.
Oh, I'm picking a better lineup for attacking the giant.
Okay, then no, you're fine.
Oh, we're totally going billiards here. So,
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're at disadvantage.
Oh, sad. I rolled a 16 and a nat 20. So,
The 16 would still hit if you rolled a nat 16, that would still hit.
yeah, it's 25 total.
Yeah.
So he will take that, and he also goes back 10 feet into the web, into his buddies, into
The moonbeam.
the moonbeam.
So yes, he is now in the moonbeam.
He also took 8 damage.
He only gets a 14 for his dex save, so he is restrained. Oh, now I need to dig him out. Hold on here. He is restrained. He gets a 24 and will take half damage from the moonbeam.
Which will be 5 fucking points.
Okay.
Infinitely more than the 0 he could have taken.
That's on top of the 8 that he just got, so...
Look, Mr. Brightside.
Hey, I'm in finance. A profit is not a loss.
I understand. This is true. However,
The palliative about it.
I want more.
Well, at the very least, we just piled up enough at the doorway that the other guy can't get in.
So, all 3 giants are struggling and restrained in the web. And he took all of his damage. What would Steve like to do with a bonus action or any additional movement?
Well,
Doesn't he get a second shot?
Yep. he still
Oh,
gets
yeah,
the
you get
same
another shot. Are you aiming for the same guy?
No, we're gonna hit the other one that has The Hexonics, I get extra damage.
Okay. You have advantage on that attack.
22.
That hits.
9, 10, 14 damage.
Okay. Wait, I have to see this. Oh. I got a message from Corey that his boyfriend painted his cat, and I'm like, I have to see this. What did you do to the cat? No, it's a painting of a cat. I was actually kind of hoping you painted the cat. So
You should tell her to paint a picture of the cat on the cat.
Steve, what would you like to do with bonus action or any additional movement?
I think that's good at the moment.
Okay. Cletaris. The mighty Cletaris.
Well, since she's still playing down here. Still got some spell slots left. Let's go ahead and try to whack this guy again.
Okay.
Disadvantage still?
You're gonna, yes, but are you gonna bonus action another smite spell?
More than likely, yeah.
So pick your smite spell first. And the reason I say that is when you cast a smite spell, it's good for the number of rounds. It only goes off until it hits. It's good for the number of rounds of its duration. So it can hold over. If you miss, it can hold over to your next attack.
Still gonna be branding smite.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be branding.
Okay.
That's gonna be 8. Soft 20 on the low roll.
That hits.
Let's see. Smite spell. Smite branding. Sneak. All the damage. $28 damage.
Okay. Her next attack.
Damn, disadvantage. Rolled a nat 20 and a 3, so 11.
No.
2 nat 20s, I couldn't use either one of them. Bonus action for spelled. Moon. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do at the moment.
Okay.
Just kind of hold the ground. How's it looking?
Fairly healthy.
Hey, in general, giants have a tremendous number of hit points.
Helen Hild up here is first going to try to make her con save. Nat 20. She'll take half damage. So 16. No. 13. Then she's going to use her action to try to make the strength check to get out of the webs. 18. Does that break the webs?
Yes.
Okay. So she's excited because she's no longer restrained.
She can move out of the webs until next turn when Steve puts her back in the webs.
Right. 10, 20, 30.
Man, herding giants is like herding cats. They keep trying to get.
And that is where Helenhild goes. Weeben, what would you like to do?
I telepathically tell Weeben, I think he should try another tunnel for our next escape route. That doesn't mean you have to agree. That's just what Scaly wants out. He's still stuck in the corner. Baby's put in the corner.
Yeah, we haven't actually made any ground.
Baby needs some skin lotion. She's all scaly.
So you don't want help fighting this thing?
You're next to it, so I didn't
Yeah,
want you to go get in the web to attack, but you're there now, so a bite would be good.
That was the plan. I will move to here and bite said thing. Or attempt to bite said thing.
Go for it.
Son of a biscuit. Rolled a 15 again.
That hits.
It does?
Yep, she's wearing patchwork armor.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You said 4d12?
Yeah, I pasted in 40, 12 plus 4.
Yes.
Sweet. Never rolled a d12 in a game before.
Now you get to roll 4 of them.
I can math. 17 plus 13 is 30 plus 4. 34 damage.
Nice.
Yikes.
Hey, Chris let my monk in the other campaign have a bullet bounce, so the bullet would pounce, and then I would flurry of blows and just move around the battlefield hammering things.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
And then Steve had a wyvern, and so we fly and burrow.
It's funny that you bring that up because that was from Princes of the Apocalypse. And you guys are going to have an opportunity to revisit some friends, in quotes, frenemies, that you dealt with in Princes of the Apocalypse. You're going to get a chance here very shortly to deal with them yet again. And it's funny because it's going to be a D&D James Bond moment.
Ooh.
You know, there's always that scene in every Bond movie where he has to put on the tux and you know, go play baccarat and drink martinis.
Absolutely. Wouldn't be Bond if you didn't.
Right. So Weeben, you hit anything with a bonus action or any additional movement?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does my magical winged snake thing still apply while I'm wild shaped or no?
I would say yes. It is not a piece of equipment, so it wouldn't have morphed into your body. Plus, that would be weird because then you would be you would literally be lizard brained because you would have a snake consciousness in your. You got snake in my bullet.
Okay.
I suddenly have a craving for a tiny snack of a mouse.
I'm not going to use it because that's an action to do it, or I have to command it. And I think it's not just a free action to tell it to do a thing. I have to like do a thing, so no.
Well, the snake would go at the end of your turn.
Oh, okay.
And it's a free action to tell it to do something. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then what the snake would do, since it's like going, it would be like attack this thing and then run away with me since it has the free disengage as well.
Okay.
Because I was gonna be like, I hit it, the snake thing hits it, and I disengage, it automatically disengages, and we both run on our merry way.
Okay, so the snake can make a bite attack.
Alrighty. Where are you at? Okay. Thickness.
Okay. Okay, so that was the end of Weeben's turn.
No, Weeben's still moving.
Okay.
Weeben's disengaging and Weeben's moving.
Where would Weeben like to go?
Run. It was like a bite and moving on. And the snake tried to bite too, and then it didn't work. And I'm like, hey, buddy. And I think I have another like few feet of movement, so I'm going to start the tunnel this way.
Okay. All right.
There's just going to be tunnels all around this place.
Yeah. Scooby doing them.
So this is what a mole tunnel looks like. If the mole has...
3 openings at the back of the room, maybe they're not focused on the one opening at the side of the room.
Yeah, if the mole has, ADHD, this is what a mole tunnel looks like.
Digs a tunnel, forgets the tunnel, digs a new tunnel, forgets that tunnel.
Yes.
I don't want to mess with the watery tunnel. Screw that tunnel.
Yeah, I was in my backyard. There was a dead mole in the backyard, and I'm like, dude, why were you out of your fucking tunnels? This may be why. So now I know what happened to the mole.
There was a water tunnel. It had to get out of that water tunnel.
That or one of the stray cats in the backyard dug it up and pulled it out. Smokey, what would you like to do?
I want to know if I stand at the top of the tunnel, can I smack that giant with my great sword, my flame tongue great sword?
You could.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then. Yeah.
And I would think that this tunnel is lower on the 3 side than it is on this side, probably because I would think that Weeven would be smart enough that people would want to slide down the tunnel, or have an easier egress than dropping out 10 feet above the floor.
Yes, exactly that.
So yeah, you can stand in there and you can take a swing at Helenhild.
I got 21 to hit my first
That hits.
attack.
That hits.
Okay, and 10 slashing damage,
Okay.
and then I get 2d6 fire.
Oh yeah, she's not going to like that.
I got 5 for that.
Okay. You get another attack.
This one's 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that's 14 slashing.
Okay.
And 3 fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything with
I'm
a
gonna use,
bonus
oh,
action.
sorry. I'm going to use my Zephyr Strike power to bravely run away without getting back into opportunity.
Okay, did you want to do anything with a bonus action at all?
I should put the hunter's mark on her, huh?
Okay.
Seems like the worst one right
We-
now.
Done that first. Yep.
Yep.
Shit, you're right.
I will allow you to roll a d6 for Hunter's Mark damage.
Okay. 2.
Yeah, how much was it?
2.
Okay. Sweet Helenhild isn't looking real great.
Good.
Smokey came in and kind of fucked her shit up. Okay. Vol the Cloud Giant. Well, first of all, Vol needs to make a perception check. Oh yeah, Vol makes a perception check. Vol comes over here and stands and crosses his arms leaving his morning star, sheathes his morning star, and crosses his arms and stands there like, I'm not doing nothing. Vol hears something. Storm giants. Oh boy. These guys are like the Keystone Giants. So, these two are both going to make strength checks to see if they can get out of the webs. Fuck me running. So, first one fails with a 9. He's still stuck. Second one, 18. He succeeds. And he 10, 20. That's about as far as he can go. He's still partially in the webs. That's all he can do. The first one that is still in the moonbeam, actually both of them are still in the moonbeam, fails.
Nice.
11. Second one succeeds. So one will take half damage, the other one will take full damage.
$24.
Okay, let me see if I can actually grab him. There we go. So he will take 24. He's not looking real great compared to when he started. Or as they would have said in 4th edition, he's bloodied. Oh my god, I hate this change so much. Like, in the history of things that I hate, I think this is the most. This guy down here is going to swing twice on Clitaris at disadvantage. Oh my god, I rolled 2 nat 20s in a single roll. So Clitaris.
It was nice knowing you.
Holy fuck. Clitaris takes 58 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, that hurts.
And now for his second swing. Shit, maybe I ought to go to Ale and A tonight. That was a damn good roll. Oh, and on his second turn, he rolls a nat 1.
Yay.
Now, normally this, I would say that this would cause him to fall prone. The problem is, and he does fall prone, but the rushing water pushes him and Clitaris down the hall into the room. Clitaris and Steve make dexterity saving throws.
Let's go for her first. 22.
She succeeds.
Steve looks less likely at an 8.
So this giant comes tumbling out and knocks... Wait, why did he just grow? I didn't tell him to grow.
No, he was big from before.
Yeah, Francis is the other one.
Big.
He bumps into this guy, but he knocks Helenhild over into the webs. she fails her dex check and is restrained again in the webs.
These webs are everything.
Never had web save us so many times.
Just make a huge fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned today.
Steve, you get mashed between where did he you get mashed in between wait. This giant and this giant as he comes out of the hole, taking 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
My only question is, what part of him is on my face?
It's his shin.
I smell ogre ass.
And this giant is going to move his way up the tunnel and he needs to be shrink down too. He's way too fucking big. That's better. He is going to make 2 swings on Clitaris at disadvantage. $19 to hit.
Yep.
$30 points of slashing damage.
Our paladin's down.
Okay. And he stops with that. And he can't really he's not going to continue to attack because she's down. And he's not, a king badass. He's just a regular run-of-the-mill badass. Before Zinquinal's turn, you hear a bellowing shout come from the base of the circular stairs. What is the meaning of this? And you hear something heavy and hard strike the floor. I mean, the floor vibrate. And you can hear Vol the Cloud Giant say, "We were ordered down here to eliminate the interlopers by Marin." And you hear this voice say, "I was informed by Nim that we have little folk that have infiltrated Maelstrom. I did not order an attack." And this is a deep male voice. Doesn't sound like somebody that would be named Sarissa. And he steps into the room and he says, "Halt your attacks at once." You guys see, as much as they try, this storm giant stuck in the webs tries to immediately kneel, drop to one knee, but he's restrained. This giant and these two, this one's already prone, he rolls into a kneeling position, and this giant drops to a kneeling position. And they both have their heads hung, and they plant their great swords in the ground and just have their heads hung. And the voice says, "You are not to kill the little folk. Bring them to me. Bring them to Sarissa's court."
I'm not sure if this improves our situation or not.
So, Zinquinal, you clearly hear this.
Safe in our little webby dungeon.
Zinquinal, what would you like to... Well, I guess the question would be to the party. Do you want to acquiesce to this and go to the court of Sarissa? Or do you want to continue to try to fight your way out of this.
I don't think we're in a winning position, but a surviving position at best.
Yeah.
No, I think we should acquiesce
Me too.
because undoubtedly we get these 7 and 10 more show up. So
Yeah,
I'm a
there's
big fan of
still like 1,400 hit points of giants that we haven't killed, at
Right.
least.
And if we manage to kill them, then there'd be more. So I think we should just quit.
I agree.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan.
All right.
I'm gonna tunnel myself, non-bullet style, through the webs, and then stick my tongue out
Oop.
at the fire giant that's been standing there waiting this whole time to get in on the action.
Okay. Hold on here. I'm
guitars.
grabbing everybody that I need to copy.
Oh yeah. Paladin's down.
Let's see, I can. What I would like to do, if we all are clumped together, is cure wounds. Or no, what do I want to do? Prayer for healing. Yeah, I'll do a prayer for healing at 4th level. Anybody who needs it.
Hell yeah.
Like the group hug of 26 points of healing.
Nice.
Okay.
That definitely gets Clitoris back on her feet.
And I'll let the ask Weeman if he wants to stay bullet still or revert.
Go to court as a bullet.
You know what? They don't know I'm not a bullet right now. I'm staying as a bullet.
Okay.
No, this is just my pet Weebin. He's fine. He's housebroken.
Kind of. He's a bullet, so the world is really his litter box.
26 of the healing. Okay, where the hell am I? Oh, there.
Oops.
No, shit. Press the wrong button. It goes at 53.
So the individual that came down is this guy, Uther. And as you come down, or as you come up the circular staircase, he leads you into this circular chamber. And you can see the stone giant, Braxo, is sitting there kind of geeking out on some coral that's stuck in the wall. And like he acts like he's tripping on acid. Like he's like, whoa, dude. Smokey, you speak giant, right?
I do.
Make a history check.
$18.
So you recognize this behavior in Braxo. Stone giants believe that everything. So stone giants usually live underground. There's a lot of them in the Underdark. They believe that the surface world is the dreaming realm. They don't believe that anything that actually happens in the dreaming realm is necessarily real, but they believe that it has portents and information to tell them about what happens in their underground real world. So this guy is geeking out because he thinks he's in a fucking dream. But he also left this entire situation because he felt that it wasn't right. Guarding the doors to the throne room are 2 hill giants, Tug and Cog. They are incredibly stupid. And the Uthor opens up the double doors leading into the throne room. The throne room So the first thing that you notice is that sitting in the middle of the room here, you see a large iron chair, and the feet, instead of having like normal clawed feet like a throne would have, this has 4 ancient dragon skulls as the feet of the chair. Scaly, go ahead and make a history check.
This never goes well, but...
Or you can either choose history or arcana.
They're both 0, so 12.
So you have enough knowledge that you recognize that this throne was actually the Worm Skull throne. It was originally crafted by dwarves. You know that it disappeared, but evidently it has been enlarged to fit giants. You also know that the Worm Skull throne has many legendary rumored powers. Sitting on this throne, and you know that the 4 skulls that this throne sits on are ancient blue dragon skulls. Sitting on this throne is a female storm giant, Sarissa. The 2 smaller thrones sitting next to her, you see Uthor goes ahead and takes a seat. And you see a female storm giant sitting in this chair that is wearing a strange coral-like, well, it's not really coral, it looks like bone headdress with a horn coming out of her forehead. In the room also is Nim and Mirren. And the back of the room is sculpted into like stadium bleachers in a half circle at the top of the room, and then the double doors go under these bleachers as you are led in. And Uther sits down and says something to Regent Sarissa, and she looks at all of you and she says, "My sisters tell me that you have come to overtake Maelstrom and kill the giants."
Who's got the highest charisma? Steve?
Steve's at +4 for charisma.
Oh yeah, I'm at a 3, so yeah, you got better than me.
Did we come here to kill giants?
No, we came here to find out which one of them's really a dragon that's gonna like undermine the ordning, if I recall correctly.
So, 2 additional pieces of information. First of all, Clitaris can make a... Clitaris, her dagger of warning is vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, for you guys, Clitaris' dagger is always vibrating. Weeben, make a perception check.
Telepathically to the party, I'm just like rattling off all the things I remembered about the throne, like I'm doing a seminar of dwarven crafting history.
21.
Weeben, because of your scale mail armor, or was it? Oh wait, it wasn't Weeben that had the scale mail. Who had the scale mail? Smokey. Smokey, go ahead and make a perception check.
I got 17.
So, Smokey, your red scale mail armor, while it is not a red dragon, you are aware that there is a dragon within 30 feet of you.
Someone just start talking shit about dragons and see which one gets pissed.
We'll go ahead and break here, and we'll pick up next week.
Dragons are the worst. Those guys are dumb.
Well, I am wearing one of their skins, so that might make sense.
That's what they're used for.
No,
heads.
I do like this plan. I can't wait to continue it next week.
Yeah. We live. Yeah.
All right.
For now.
We lived and dug a bunch of tunnels. Yay!
Thanks, guys.
Exactly.
All right. I will see you guys next week, and we'll pick this up on your cliffhanger.
Just to let you know, I definitely won't next weekend. Friday's my surgery.
Oh, okay.
Luck.
Well, yeah.
I definitely won't be up to it Saturday.
We will keep you in our thoughts and hope the surgery goes well.
It should be. It's just a quick rotor-rooter in my face. I mean.
Yeah, well. All right. Well,
All right, catch you guys later.
have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Catch you later, Bill and Jed.